This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of another purge of the BS, sanctioned by the First Amendment. Frustration levels 0 to 100 have been authorized for use during this purge. All weapons are restricted. Government officials have not been granted immunity from the purge of the BS and shall undoubtedly receive the smoke. Commencing at the sound of the gong, any and all BS, especially unnecessary goofiness, will be purged without consequence. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be available, but they will be busy because they too will be watching the purge of the BS. Blessed be those who have already been victims of some BS. May God be with you all.
We can enter any home we want, and we will want. His wanting is our will in this finite. Don't force us to hurt you. He's just a purge.
Sebastian Polega in the chat early. Jay Coleman in the chat early. Purple Goose, what's up? You better find someplace else to go.
I got a wicked sweet tooth tonight. And I want my candy back.
All right, here we go. It is time to purge some BS, and let me just say, I am in the mood to do so. I am in the mood to do so. It is power-packed BS type of week, and I am in the mood today. I got time today. Not really. Y'all know, I got shit to do. But what I'm saying is, the BS that will be purged today, you guys are going to be very pleased. So if you're brand new to the channel, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, jump into the chat, let us know where you're coming in from. Special shouts to my mods for nice and early jumping in. Purple, Jay Coleman, I Am Z, Sebastian Polega, and whomever else may be sitting on the sidelines right now. Thank you for just letting us purge. Okay? This applause is free. Okay. All right. I think they're ready. Make sure my camera angle good, audio good. Number one in. Okay, you feel me? Can you hear me? Make sure, okay. I'm over to. Y'all need to. I got time. Today for all the BS. So I have a question. What do fake robot, serial liar, and a government cover-up all have in common? They all think you're too bullshit. And they think we'll accept it. They think the truth opens. Hence, title of our show. we are going to cover some, cut through the haze, close, but they don't want you to see, from Silicon Valley to Capitol Hill, from the local dispensary to your digital rights, everything going up. And welcome. I believe they're ready. Let's see if the transition will over and get in. Look, you know I love AI, so let's get right into this. I've been eye on these new, trying to make a decision. You know how you shop for a car, go to Ford, or go to these different, same as if you're buying any type of motorcycle or ops 2020. Make a decision. I've been trying to make a decision. I'm covered. That is my decision I'm making. Shouts to Al Bond jumping shadow. Yeah, I'm trying to make a decision. Shopping around here. Purge up. Try to find most trustable and trustable spot to put. Tell you, they recently rolled out another one. Last one, I think, rolled out a new, a little bit cheap. You know me, I said, well, what's this one about? Unveiled, what is this? Called the Idol. All right. Where's my transition? I hate when it does. I have to transition. I mean, are you comfortable? All right, so we having sound. All right, bear a moment. How about that? About that? Better? Skipping. Well, is it clicking or skipping? Because it's a different thing. His audio, skipping his video. Which one is it doing? For what, J. Coleman? I don't have, I don't. Not today, man. Not today. Okay. Got the okay from Sebastian Palega in the chat there. If it's skipping, that's video. That's happening. That's my audio. Maybe I pressure on, cutting it in now because I'm not being. I'm still learning things. So I apologize if y'all couldn't hear. So I don't know what y'all missed, but I'm going to just sum it up real quick. I'm looking at this robot, and I was trying to see if option for purchase. Hold it out. Look at the video, and I want y'all to tell me what you think about the new robot. Old state. Idle. Hold up. First of all, it is diabolical for y'all to use damn Rocky Balboa shit. That's not right. This robot is not triumphing. Like, you don't get to use the eye of the tiger like that. Okay? Yo, first of all, what is this blanket? What is this blanket? All right, so forget what you saw because so what you just saw, forget that. Okay, put this blanket up. Now you have not seen. But I'm just gonna let you know I'm not confident. Idle robot here walk forward 4 steps without looking like a drunk. Is helping you guys make your purchasing because I haven't seen one yet. Every time they unveil one of these, falls and busts its ass on stage. So we see little videos like maybe they're AI generated. I don't know. We see these little videos of the robots doing robot stuff. We're like, oh, let's put it in the house. Then they go to a tech conference, bring it out in front of everybody, and it does this. This is y'all haven't seen one not do it. It's out here. Fly! Why did they have to put the black thing up? Like they could have just left the stage blank. The fact that they're putting this almost like they're, you know how they put a sheet over a dead body? What happens with dead AI? But you know what? You know what? That's pretty. Like if you put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in the out in front of your friends, does this? Like I would suffice to say probably. How dare you embarrass the name Idol? So I hope the robot's okay because I'm sure didn't come back from. So I'm gonna let you know, guys. We're not ready for the at home. I don't. What if this falls on your baby or your dog? You know, like it's stumbling around in the night, falls on something, and starts breaking stuff. Like what kind of insurance? Have robot insurance? Sorry, that's all I'm saying. So maybe we're not ready yet. I don't mean we thinking it. You always think it's ready. The planes, not the ones that are float. Stick to that. Not buying one. Thought I was. I'm not buying. All I'm saying, that's a bit ridiculous. Would charge somebody any $9.99. All I'm saying. So, nonetheless, let's go into a little bit. I had to start with my. How to get it out. That's where everything's not using AI properly. You gotta wait. Not going nowhere. Okay. Not saying you have to dive all the way in, married to it. However, we're starting to get married to AI. But this most recent expert got another false accusation. Different because it's not the first. Apparently, this lady still out here. Isn't that illegal? Like, well, lying is not illegal. Maybe lying should. No, we call it perjury, shit like that. No. Let's take it out of the courtroom. Lie about a person. It should be against the law. And if you're lying like in succession and like wasting a person's time with the lie, you should have to serve time yourself once you get. This lady, liar, star of The Bachelor. Okay, where this one goes. Let's see what this shit's. I feel like we're about to have some problems. Thought it was going to be, just some chick line. Audio is, man. Go on YouTube, tap in. Stop messing with my streaming because I'm only at 7% on my seat. Not me. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Now, do we have enough volume is the first question. Hear me? Do you feel me? All right. Give me a second here. I have an idea. All right, I might get loud all of a sudden. Hold on. All right, how about that? How about that right there? That works. Work right. All right, how about this one? Go. Because I need them to hear what I'm saying. Okay? How about now? We good now? Yeah, we're good now. Yeah, we're good now. I know we're good now. I see the audio levels is nice. Right? But see, now y'all got to hear background noise, fans and shit. You know. All right, y'all just going to have to deal with it. I'm sorry. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying, and I need you to hear it. So without that, it's pointless. Okay? So let's get into this next segment. J. Coleman said, keep talking. Sounds like we about to get in the fight. Keep talking, Nickel. Keep talking. Just keep talking. Yeah, anyway, let's go.
I remember the story we had a while back of the woman who was falsely accused a former Bachelor star of impregnating her. Well, now she's facing new charges, accused of doing the same thing to a different man.
All right, I got to pause before I unpack. How do you falsely accuse someone of impregnating you? Do you just act like do you say you're pregnant and you're not? Or do you get a positive pregnancy test, or you get a not positive pregnancy test and draw a line on it? How do you get a sonogram made by AI? I need to understand how you do this, because I need gentlemen to look out and I need the information. So let's see if they present it, but how do you do that? I mean, you could tell a dude you're pregnant and just not be pregnant, and he's around 9 months later, there's no baby. He's got nothing to worry about. There's no child support for the invisible baby. But she could inseminate it. You know what? I'm going to let it go.
A former Bachelor star of impregnating her. Well, now she's facing new charges, accused of doing the same thing to a different man.
Really?
Bianca Bono is with us. And Bianca, this thing just gets stranger and stranger.
Just when you think it can't, it does. We've reported on the charges Laura Owens faces after accusing Clayton Echard of getting her pregnant with twins. She filed a paternity case against him in 2023, and it turns out she filed a civil complaint against another Valley man in 2021, alleging the same thing. She's now being criminally charged for all of it.
In a stunning development, as Laura Owens is preparing for trial, accused of defrauding former Bachelor star Clayton Echard with altered sonograms while claiming to be...
Yo, I said sonogram, didn't I? Oh, my gosh. I didn't think anybody could go that far. Let's go.
Pregnant with his twins, she's being charged with another paternity scheme. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office announcing Thursday that the 35-year-old Scottsdale woman is facing 7 new felony charges, in addition to the 7 she was indicted on back in May. In August of 2023, Owens filed a paternity case against Clayton Echard, claiming he impregnated her. Records show the family court hearings that followed revealed glaring inconsistencies in her story, including an altered ultrasound image, a fabricated pregnancy video, and she was caught lying under oath. All shockingly similar to what had happened 2 years prior.
Hold up, man. Hold up.
Oh, you are just the worst type.
Let me tell you what. This is probably top 3 most diabolical schemes I've ever seen. Okay? This woman has gone through the lengths of creating sonogram videos, fake other videos, fake babies, all to try to get a payday from some dude from The Bachelor. This is ridiculous, what I'm watching here. And this is the bullshit that needs to be purged. I told you who needs to go. This lady, she needs to go. And she had a chance to do this again. Hold up, let's see.
Court hearings that followed revealed glaring inconsistencies in her story, including an altered ultrasound image, a fabricated pregnancy video, and she was caught lying under oath, all shockingly similar to what had happened 2 years prior. Records show Owens filed a civil complaint against a Scottsdale man after he had decided not to continue a relationship with her. She then claimed she was pregnant by him. He answered the complaint, writing Owens was not pregnant. And when he reverse image searched a sonogram that Owens had shared in an effort to prove her claim, he found it on a blog post belonging to someone else from 2015. In a counterclaim, he wrote that Owens was trying to force him into a relationship with her. It took years and thousands of dollars in legal fees for that civil complaint to be dismissed. But now, 4 years later, Owens' own civil complaint has led to her being criminally charged. Investigators with the Maricopa County Attorney's Office finding she falsified documents. And now she's indicted for perjury, fraud, forgery, and identity theft. Greg Woodnick, the attorney who previously represented the victim in 2021 and currently represents Eckerd, releasing a statement to 12 News, saying they're not surprised, adding Miss Owens is a serial fraudster who through her con has tortured victims with faked pregnancies. The victims appreciate MCAO's continued efforts to seek justice.
And as
All right, hold on a second.
this criminal case unfolds here in Arizona, another case is
Another case
underway in
what?
California involving a third man who Owens has also accused of impregnating her. For years, Owens has renewed a restraining order against that man, and just this week, the case was dismissed.
All right, so Laura Owens is a freaking problem. Let's start there. This lady on the screen is not Laura Owens if you're just tuning in, but Lauren Owens is definitely one of...
Oh, you are just the worst type
She's
of
the worst
person.
type of person because she's not... Well, you know what? I would say this. Pinning a baby on a dude, knowing it's not his, I think is actually a little worse than this. What she's doing is she's claiming that she's like pregnant, and then she probably comes back later and like tries to get money for an abortion or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or some type of procedure that she might need, or she needs help because she's pregnant. That's her game. That to me is not as diabolical as having a child, knowing it's not some dude's child, and pinning that baby on that dude for however many years. Then you mess around, break up with him, charge him child support, and it's not even his baby. That is a little more diabolical, but I will say I'm happy this young lady got caught because, look, I'm all for victims. Like, I want victims to not be victims, right? And I'm all for believing victims, but this young lady wasn't even a victim. She was an ex. She was a bitter ex. She got broke up with. She got dumped on The Bachelor on TV. She's not feeling too good about it, so she comes up with this scheme and says, I'm pregnant with your child, because she knows that the dude gave her peen at some point and could possibly be the father of a child if that was actually true. But she knew that she was not having the baby. And I'm not sure what she extorted from these people other than sympathy. Because I have seen, and I hate to say it, I have seen women fake pregnancies so that they can later on claim that they had a miscarriage and get the sympathy of the miscarriage. And then there's no baby to show anybody, so you don't have to, like, who's going to question you when you say you had a miscarriage? Like, what? You're so heartless. Oh, my God, you're questioning me? So you can't question that. So I've seen people do this. I don't know what her scheme was, but I'm glad she got caught. But apparently she's got a third guy in her web. And if she's got 7 felony convictions, just have her do some time. Have the gentleman out here, have us feel that the court systems might at some point be in the favor of fair. Okay? Because that's fair. She's trying to destroy people's lives and get money out of them. She should have some time sacrificed for that. All right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Can we all agree on that? Can we agree that moving forward, people that lie and tell bullshit stories can just do a little bit of time? Just a little bit. Okay, all right. Just a weekend? Something? This is stupid. She did it 3 times. She should have never... Anyway, I'm going to stop because we got to continue this purge. I got shit to do today. Diabolical. Jay Coleman, I am sorry to hear about the things that you had to go through. But that's what I'm saying. Those lies should be criminally prosecuted. I'm gonna be honest. When people lie on dudes, and this is for my fellas, ladies, if you're watching, this one ain't for you unless you one of these diabolical chicks I'm about to talk about. When you lie repeatedly on a dude and he does not wild out and try to harm you, that is a good man. And that's why you acting like that. Because some people, if you lie on them, they know that they did not do something, or whatever you saying is 100% untrue, and you're trying to make them out to be a certain type of way, they will become that person you trying to make them out to be. They're like, you know what? I didn't do that before, but since you saying all of this, I'm going to become that person. So Jay Coleman, thank you for not becoming a wild out crash out, because many a gentleman has done so when they get lied on or told that children are theirs that are not theirs. And I'm not saying that they're excused for it, but I understand. Okay? I understand. They say that men are just wilding and toxic and all that. No, I know a lot of dudes that are very tolerant, and honestly more tolerant than you would want to believe. Almost to the point where it's unbelievable. Like, you hear the story, like, there's no way that happened and you didn't crash out. How did you do this? So, gentlemen, please watch your back. Please watch your back. All right, let me go into this next purge here, okay? So apparently, I don't know if you guys are on X. You guys on X? I'm on X sometimes. And people are complaining about X now. Now, people have been complaining about X, but there was a recent update on X that has now started feeding too much of either far left or far right content. And it really doesn't matter what you are, especially if it's worse if you're in the middle. Like, if you're in the middle, if you're into publicrat like myself, you get fed the worst of both. To the point where I'm like, I can't believe either one of y'all sides believes this bullshit y'all feeding me. Just being honest, okay? We need to calm that down. But that's what's going on X right now. So people believe that Elon Musk has single-handedly ruined X. Now, I'll say this. I wasn't a big fan of Twitter as a name or platform. And it was because I'm a real one, and real ones don't tweet. And people will remember I had heard of this years ago. I'm going to say it the way it was said to me. Real niggas don't tweet, okay? And that had to do with snitching and singing like a bird. You get it? So I couldn't get with Twitter, and I couldn't tweet. So when they changed it to X was when I actually got on the platform. I'm being honest with you. All right? So let's see what the hell they're talking about with Elon destroying X. Let's see if we actually agree. Now, I find it interesting. The clip is on X. Huh. All right. Well, YouTube don't let you do that. You know, I'm not going to talk bad about YouTube right now, but I'm going to tell you right now, if I had an option, enough said. They put me through a lot over here, and I'm just trying to have a damn conversation. Meanwhile, I get fed the most bullshit of anyone. But when I want to cut through that bullshit, I'm told that I'm being unfair or not being nice to target groups and all this other stuff. I'm a target group. Ain't nobody being nice to me. Anyway, I told y'all I got time today. I'm gonna keep it calm. So this young lady is mad at Elon. We're gonna see what she has to say. We're gonna purge it. We're gonna move on. I see all this sarcasm in the chat. I see we got some sarcasticos in the chat right now talking about X isn't biased. Okay. You haven't seen my X feed. I don't know who they're biased to, though. That's the problem. One day it's one group. Then the next day it's a whole nother group. But it's not the middle area. It's not my people. It's folks that want me to be a white nationalist. And I'm sorry, I'm no good at being a white nationalist. So I can't help you with that, okay? Don't send me that content. I'm no good at it, okay? I could try to be a white nationalist, but I have this weird feeling that it just wouldn't bode well for me. I don't know. I don't know. So let's see what this lady has to say.
All right, guys, let's talk about this, X algorithm. What the hell is going on? Seriously? What's going on? I mean,
All right, stop. What's going on with the winter hat and the sunglasses in the house? What's going on there? And you got this weird-ass eyelash filter on, which is bothering me already. I can't hear what she's saying because the filter is talking. I need her to stop that. People, please. IMZ, thank you for the super chat. IMZ says, good men stand up. That's what I'm talking about. Good men stand up. I'm going to give you the applause for that, IMZ. You definitely get that. All right, I know. I didn't get far into the video, but I had to allow you guys to deal with what I'm dealing with first so that we can all get through this 3-minute video together, okay? But I'm already mad. So we're gonna go right back to this.
what's going on? I mean, 1 week it's awesome, impressions are high in the sky. And then the next week it's dropping by 80%. Like, seriously.
She's talking about
Where's
impressions.
Elon? Elon, where are you? Hello? I know you're trying to save the world, but can you try to save your platform? I mean, seriously? We pay so much money just to have the blue check mark.
Yeah, $8 a month is a lot of money. So we can be verified on your platform, Mr. Elon Musk. That $8 dólares, ochos pesos, it's a tough economy out here. Fuck out of here.
Which is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion, to be honest. Because you know what? About a few years ago, only people who, were somebody, whatever, could get a blue check mark were verified, and it wasn't, like that easy. Now everybody can get one, and it's cool if everyone not against it. But I mean, we pay a lot just to have that check mark. And then, God forbid, you want to have subscriptions or monetize, you have to have like 5 million impressions, which is so hard to get, guys. It wasn't like that before. Nothing. It was so much.
I don't like the way she talks. I don't like anything about this right now. I can't hear it because I can't listen to it. Do you understand my problem here? First of all, she's talking about impressions, which is just reach. Like, why don't most people see your videos? Yes, the algorithms are goofy like that. We're right here on YouTube. We deal with that all day. So X is not, exempt from that. But I don't like this video. I'm trying so much right now. I don't like this video, but it was sent to me as something we needed to discuss, and we needed to purge the BS. So far, I'm sniffing a lot of
easier.
BS.
So he made it very difficult. I don't know why.
She does know Elon Musk doesn't actually work at X, right? Like, she does understand that, right? Like, Elon Musk doesn't actually show up to the job at X, okay? He's not who you need to talk to.
We're talking about a man. Elon is worth 500 billion, not million.
So he's not showing up at the X office every day.
500 billion. Guys, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
Nobody can spend that money, okay?
Yes, it is.
So we love you, Elon. We really do, because you open up, a different world for us, because it's free speech. But God, what's going on with you? I mean, seriously, there's so many people who are working so hard and trying to open people's eyes, to the world, what's going on, and you're just making it so difficult for everyone. So what's going on with this algorithm? I don't get it. I really don't. I don't know. I don't think I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only one who's going to speak up, because nobody dares to speak up. But I will, because, I'm a human being, and I have every right to say that, because I do spend.
Okay, I can't, guys. I'm sorry. For anybody that was very interested in making it to the end of her video, I think we got the point. She's saying that people's stuff isn't getting a lot of reach, and it's really hard to get reach out here. And that's all I'm going to say. like she's stating the obvious. I hate to say it. It is very hard to get reach out here because we have AI channels running at high levels of SEO. If you don't know what SEO is, that's search engine optimization. So when the interwebs are looking for things to just send out to people, random content as we would call it, it uses SEO metrics to send that. So if you have a robot dealing with the metrics, then you get robot-fed results. You don't get organic results. Or you get what happens like we get on YouTube, where you get a subscriber base that isn't as interactive as you might want them to be. I'll be honest, here on Purging the BS, we have a similar issue. We got shorts that come out every day. But some people will just like the short and then move right to the next short. They're doing the like because they want to support the channel, but they don't realize that 5-second view you just did just tanked the damn video because you were one of the first people that saw it. A lot of people don't understand that, but they do want to support, so they'll hit like. That's cool, but they only let it play for 5 seconds on a 1-minute video. You see how it works. So this young lady's having the same problem anybody's having. I think the fact that she came to X to talk to Elon about it, she was hoping that it would go more viral, but she's only got like 20,000 views on it. Let me see how many views she got on it. Oh, jeez. Oh, she didn't get many views at all. Oh, no, 76,000. That's not bad. So 76,000 views on this video isn't bad. But I doubt that Elon is in it. Let's see if there's any comments that are worth anything. People laughing at her. And yeah, pretty much people just talking shit. So that is what it is. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go with IMZ on this. Sebastian, I'll see you when you come back in. I'm going to go with IMZ on this. A lot of this stuff I can't believe anymore because a lot of the influencers have turned into AI influencers. So when I see a bunch of filters or, like in this case, outfits that don't make sense in the house, like, is it cold in there and sunny? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on in the house? That's all I'm saying. So, and then her eyes with the little line, with the circle in there, with the reflective circle, it does give off AI. Could be, and the way she's talking sounds crazy to me. That could be Ukrainian AI, Ukraine, or whatever. So I'm just saying this. Her gripe isn't really with Elon. It's with bot channels. If you don't understand the bot channels and how the algorithm got screwed up by automation, then I don't know what to tell you. But that's the problem. The problem is we have too much automation running in the posting, viewing, editing space of these YouTube, X, and everything algorithms. Now we got Sora and shit that can pump out content 200 videos a day. A human can't do that. So now we're getting fed only what people who have enough bots to push something want us to see. So that's why I get far left and far right stuff on X all the time, because somebody wants me to be a white nationalist, and I've already told them I refuse to sign up for that, because I feel in my heart it would be very tough for me to be successful as a white nationalist. But I live in America, so I can identify as anything I want to identify with. So if I feel like I want to be a white nationalist, then I'm a white nationalist. I'm just saying they don't have to keep feeding me that content. It doesn't mix well with me. All right? Thank you. Let's keep it moving. Uh-oh. Are we about to get, we're going to get in trouble. Okay, I got it. All right, so we got a language dispute. I don't know what the dispute is. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm seeing the information now. Guys, strap in. Let me explain this. All right, so we got a teacher who doesn't want her students to speak Spanish during class. Yes, I said it. That's what we're about to get into. We got a teacher who has instructed her students who are of Hispanic and Latin descent to not speak to each other in such a language in her presence. Yes. Y'all thought I was playing? No, I got it. Let's see what we got here. This is ridiculous if it is what I think it is. Okay. Yep. How long is this one? It says 2 minutes. Let's see if we can make it through. Let's see if we can make it through. Funny, boy. Y'all funny. Y'all funny. I wasn't trying to come for anybody when I was talking about the like and then swipe. That's what I call it, the like and swipe, which is you think you helping, you're killing the channel. Stop doing that. For your favorite creators, if you really want to help them, watch at least half of the 1 minute. Give them 30 seconds of your time before you hit the next thing. The like itself is not what the metrics is looking for. It's looking for how long you watch the damn thing. Okay? We're all together on that? All right, so let's move into this. So it says, POV, your sister gets in trouble for speaking Spanish. Let's go. Hold up. Volume.
And now, I'm the one that's both talked to you about speaking Spanish in my classroom. And now, I'm the one that's being bad because I'm asking you to meet my expectations.
We didn't, but we didn't know that was a policy. You could have, reminded us.
I have been talking to you about it since the beginning of school. Every time you talk in Spanish.
You just tell us to stop talking.
Yes,
you don't
but why? Why do you think I do that?
We don't know.
Okay, 2 reasons. One, it's unfair to other people. You're speaking a language that half the people in the classroom can't speak. So it makes it seem like you guys are talking about them. 2, today I had a girl break.
Hold up. She said it makes it seem like you guys are talking about them because y'all are speaking in Spanish. Now, here's the thing, guys. This kid doesn't look 5. They're in a school that's got to be late middle school, high school, right? Most high schools require that you take a Spanish class. So even if you're not in Spanish and someone's speaking Spanish, it shouldn't necessarily be offensive. Now, if you hear them call you gringo or puta or something, all right, now let's talk. But other than that, I don't see why it takes not a teacher talking about it. It makes it seem like you're talking about them, but I'm not talking about them. So they need to chill the hell out. Anyway, hold on, let me keep going.
Right in front of you guys, and you guys were giggling, and then you started speaking Spanish.
Who was breaking down? Because we don't focus on anyone but ourselves. If I'm talking Spanish, I'm talking Spanish.
So I mind my own business. I stay in my lane. I ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Why do that? What is the point of that?
We always do it in ceramics and
Okay, but I'm not the teacher of ceramics. But I'm not the teacher of ceramics.
I know, but
I'm not
All right, first of all, ceramics ain't no middle school class. This is definitely high school. I don't know what city this is in, but this seems kind of dumb. I'm glad that this young lady decided to pull her phone out and record it, because most people wouldn't believe this conversation even happened. You talking to your sister who's sitting next to you in class in Spanish, because that's what y'all speak in addition to English. You ain't talking to nobody else. So why you got to speak English so everybody can hear y'all conversation? That's your business. Anyway.
Bad in Spanish. We literally just speak Spanish, in general.
That is my request. It has been my request. So it's disrespectful when you don't do what I'm asking you to do.
It's disrespectful you in my face.
Just next time, because we
No, there's not going to be a next time.
Oh, is there not going to be a next time?
So
really?
Just because you speak Spanish, you're going to automatically think we're talking about someone in the class.
No, and I understand some Spanish. So sometimes I do know what you guys are talking about.
Then call it out when you see it then, shawty.
And I can't pick it up nearly as quickly. But I do know some Spanish.
It's not like we're saying anything bad, so
that's not the point. The point is
that is the point.
Not to.
Yeah, but we didn't know the reason, so we were taking it in it.
Kimberly, you didn't ask me.
Because I feel like that's something you should also
Whoa. I gotta give you. I gotta get permission from you to talk to my sibling in our native language or whatever foreign language we speak. Are you kidding me? I don't know what school this is. I I've heard a lot about people having issues with folks speaking Spanish around them in the United States. I got to let y'all know, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people, and you might be better off maybe learning that language because it could be helpful in business if you're trying to make money out here. You're definitely cutting yourself away from a segment of business in most states in the United States if you don't at least speak some level of Spanish. And if you speak a certain level of Spanish, you know you learn the cuss words first. You learn the bad words first, so that way if people say it, you could be like, I know what that means. What are you talking about? But everything else, let it in one ear and out the other. Let these young children have their little conversation and all of that. And if you want the rest of the class to be better at understanding what they're saying, then maybe you should have a better Spanish teacher at your school. The hell out of here. Anyway.
Us, you're the teacher, you're the adult. Why do we have to?
That's right.
Right, I gotta ask you.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
What I tell you when it's in my classroom. If I tell you not to speak Spanish, there's a reason. I don't have to give you a reason. You're supposed to do it. Now, moving forward, there will be absolutely no Spanish in my classroom.
All right, I hope it was staged. It was a staged situation. I hope it was. But we're going to approach it as if it's not, okay? This teacher said that she has to give them permission to speak Spanish to each other. Who died and made you the law of language? Let me just tell you what. If this was my daughter, okay, I don't know this young lady's family. If this was my daughter, I would hope she would definitely bring this to me as a parent and allow me to deal with it accordingly. Because it seems like this teacher kind of has it out for him. Well, I know a little Spanish, and I know some of the stuff you were saying. Well, then call it out then, shorty. If you're feeling froggy, jump. But don't just sit over there ribbiting and making all that damn noise. That's all I'm saying. If you feeling froggy, then go ahead and jump out there and say that somebody said something and what they said, and then we can deal with it accordingly. But you just mad that nobody can understand what they're saying. You know what? That's your fault. I told you, get a better Spanish teacher at the school, and you ain't got to worry about that. I'm done with it. Done with it. I can't. What is you talking about? I got to get permission from you to talk to my sibling. You get the hell out. In Spanish, which we obviously speak. I don't care. I told you not to speak Spanish. Sorry, I can't speak Spanish. If you don't get up out of here, I hope that teacher lose her job. I don't like that teacher. I feel like she's not good at teaching because she's too stubborn when it comes to other cultures. And you can't really be teaching if you're not even open to other cultures. Like, that's so stupid. But shouts to the young lady for getting the good footage. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to her. I'm looking for a follow-up story. I hope that they dox that lady. Not dox her, but, you know, she needs to be reported to somebody. She shouldn't be teaching our kids. She don't deserve to be teaching our kids. But anyway, let's see what's next. Okay. Oh, Lord. All right, so there was this question. Hold on a second. I think there's something going on with marijuana right now. There has to be something going on with marijuana right now. I don't know. Let me see what the clip is. It says MJ eroded civilization, and I know they're not speaking about Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson. So let me hold on. Let me preview this real quick. Oh. Okay. Video got removed. I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, then let's just keep it moving then. Because it was going down the street. It was going down the street, okay? And I see what they're doing here. I see what they're doing with the content here. It makes sense. And since we're at this point of the show, I want to first say thank you, everybody, for coming and tuning in to Purge of the BS. Very appreciated. All right. Let's start with that. Okay? Now, I want to just say, for those that did not know, the shutdown is over. Okay. Told you I'll be done by the end of the week. I'm glad to be able to report back that, as I stated, I'd be able to say that by Thursday episode this week, and it is now Thursday, and I can say that. So I'm not a predictor of the future, but I definitely can recognize patterns. Let's just say that. But we're about to get into a segment where things have been placed into, I don't know what the hell happened, and I'm going to need somebody to explain it to me as to how they decided to work in something with the hemp bill into most recent legislation. Why was hemp on the table? Why was THC anywhere near this thing? And if it was, why wasn't that part of the talking points? But we're going to get into that once I hit this first piece, which is apparently there's a convenience store. This is the reason why they're saying they had to put some regulations on everything. And you guys are not going to believe where this ended. Like, I was not expecting to have this in the topics today. I really wasn't. Okay? So we're going to start with this convenience store that got caught with illegal hemp products. I know that sounds crazy, right? But let's just start there. And then we're going to get into where the whole situation just took a serious turn, and I don't think y'all were paying attention. Where's my man No Reply? I know No Reply was paying attention. All right, let's see what we got here. John III jumped into the chat saying, we act all disappointed in the teacher's character or ability to be able to handle teenagers or $40K a year. I'm not sure if there was additional chattage going on before that point, or if you were just a jumper, came in, dropped a line, kept it moving. But let me say this. We weren't talking about anything other than the teacher feeling like they had to be all involved in whether or not these two siblings communicated in Spanish. And the real question is, does the teacher even have the authority to stop that? And I would suffice to say no. So even acting like that puts them in an interesting position. So I'm not trying to come for the teacher. I'm trying to come for the school for not having a better Spanish program so we don't have to have those kind of conversations. But anyway, let me move into this next thing, because this is where things start to get kind of crazy. I know everybody's happy about the government shutdown being done, but we got a WTF clip that's going to take us right into our next segment. For those that don't know what WTF is on this channel, stands for, well, that's Florida.
More than a dozen Hillsborough County convenience store owners and merchants are in jail accused of selling synthetic marijuana and other harmful drugs. The bust was simultaneously conducted by deputies and detectives at 7 different locations. We want to bring in Fox 15's Jennifer Beglis live at our newsroom tonight. And Jennifer, these drugs pack a harmful punch, don't they?
Yeah, Lloyd, that synthetic marijuana is also known as spice and could land you in the ER. Today, I visited all 7 locations accused of selling those drugs, and they're for the most part in the university area. And things were
right by the college. That's good.
A trip to the gas station or convenience store used to mean picking up lottery tickets, tobacco products.
When I was a little kid, I would go to a store, get a little pieces of candy, maybe some gum.
But in a month-long investigation by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, leading to
usual damn suspects when it comes to who run the gas station. I hate to be that guy, but these are the folks. They were running the sit-goes, small delis, and gas stations, and this is the group. So now we got a whole nother group of usual suspects. Come on, give me some
simultaneous busts with 14 arrested on
there's more of them.
Thursday. Detectives uncovered what's behind the counters at these 7 convenience stores is much more dangerous.
The idea that you're going there and getting Schedule I or illegal drugs
don't
is
know.
so scary.
Illegal drugs like THC, mushrooms, sativa resin, and synthetic marijuana, also known as K2 or spice, a drug that may look like normal marijuana.
It's not a marijuana plant, yet the chemical hits the same receptors in the brain that the marijuana plant does. Yet it's so much more powerful.
Experts say it's up to 100 times more powerful. Dr. Stephen Goldberg, chief.
First of all, Jay Coleman, I am with you. Why is anybody trusting this stuff out the gas station? Like the actual gas station. Like you go to get gas. Now, you know what? This is a WTF segment. Florida has things in places that don't make sense to me. Honestly, it doesn't make sense to me to sell alcohol at gas stations. But that's just me. It doesn't make sense. You don't want people drinking and driving. Why would you sell them beer and wine right here? Like right there. Where they're getting gas. They can drink it while they're gassing up. Stupid to me. But nonetheless, if you really want something to smoke on, I don't recommend buying shit from the gas station. But I guess if you don't have dispensaries and things available, because in Florida they do have some laws that everything has to be kind of playful. So they got smoke shops, but they're not really supposed to be selling nothing, if that makes sense. But of course they are, and that's where the problem is. Because when people buy stuff with all the fancy colors and the Delta 9 and Delta 8 and this, they're trying to at least get a little buzz going. They're not necessarily trying to wild out and flip out, but they don't want something that's not doing anything. So everybody's trying to get that market, and they'll add a little something to it, but this is all synthetic BS. Because I want to hear what they tested and how they tested it. I noticed that didn't come up.
Chief Medical Officer at Health Track RX says less than 1% of marijuana users turn to it.
It triggers not only euphoria or giddiness, but it can also cause psychosis.
Did he say less than 1% of marijuana users would turn to this synthetic thing? Meaning it's BS.
Users turn to it.
It triggers not only euphoria or giddiness, but it can also cause psychosis.
Meanwhile, sativa resin does stem from a plant.
It, however, is much more powerful in terms of containing more THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, than marijuana from decades ago. That's a big, big difference.
Triggering effects like disorientation, chest pain, and shortness of breath. Dr. Goldberg says there's 3 take.
By the way, they are giving away where certain things are available by showing these businesses. Just saying. Because, you know, y'all may have arrested them for something, but, you know, a lot of places you arrest somebody, they like kind of keep going. They just, somebody else fills in, and they try to work a little harder to make sure that they're not getting involved in a sting. So thanks for letting us know that Livingston Deli and Aladdin Market are still popping.
Berg says there's 3 takeaways from this.
The first, know what you're putting in the body.
Talk to your kids.
The marijuana of today.
First of all, this is weird to me. Why you got people's credit cards over here? What is going on? You know what? I something's not right about this story for me.
Today
Give me a second.
is much more powerful than the past, and the synthetic materials today are much more powerful than the past. And because of that, they can be dependence driving, addiction driving, and have much worse physiologic effects.
Shut up. Let me tell you what. I smell it. I smell it. Let me tell you what I got. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I think y'all are ready because I smell it. And I think y'all smell it too.
I smell bullshit.
I do. Let me tell you what. The hemp industry and the stuff that they sell at the gas station, not saying that they're going to add crack cocaine or anything to it, but I will say this. It's unregulated in the same way of what like a dispensary would be doing. Meaning, okay, it's not a tobacco product, so it's not taxed the same way as a tobacco product. And it's a hemp product, so it's technically legal and it's sold in the store. So the taxes on it are different. Meaning the government, state government, whomever, can't really make no money off the shit that they're selling in the gas station. So that's where the problem is. Because notice they didn't say 3 people last week OD'd on this or anything like that. They didn't even mention it. Last year, we had 6 people who reported that they bought something from X gas station and this happened to them. They didn't say not one case like that. So it was about money. It wasn't about people's health. And I could sniff that one right away. So the problem was it was unregulated in the gas stations, as are many things if you go to certain gas stations. They basically and so Sebastian, you're right. They used this kind of stuff as some reason to outlaw, but they didn't make no case. They didn't bring me a person who was ODing and say we had 3 people pass out after leaving the sit-go. So they haven't made a case. All they did was get on them guys for having money and credit cards and stuff that probably had Cash App money and stuff like that on it, because they were making money and not giving them their cut. That was the problem. You want us to all be afraid of the synthetic this and that. No, I'm afraid of that fentanyl y'all keep letting the hell over here. And stop acting like you're not. We just did pink fentanyl, purple fentanyl, the other day. Shit is not coming from the basements of random niggas. So you're not going to tell me that this was some huge... No, you just mad them dudes was not paying y'all taxes on hemp products that they were selling out of them gas stations. And that's why you had to grab all that shit up. I know what it is. And I am through with it. I'm through with it. So let's see what we got, because now we're going to get into the real problem. And the timing of that story, I guess, was its own problem. But just bear with me a second. Let me bring it full mass. So here's the thing, okay? THC products, THC is, if you don't know what THC is, then you know what? I can't help you with that. I don't have time to do basic education right now. But THC products can be organically dealt with, or you can end up lacing them with bullshit. And when you lace them with bullshit, trying to, I guess, increase the euphoria. And for those that don't know, I'm just going to be honest with you. The hardest drugs out there and the most problematic drugs are not marijuana or hemp based. They're not. I have seen people do a lot on weed. I have seen people be productive. You know what I haven't seen people be productive on? Heroin. Haven't seen that. I see them nod out. Seen that. But the least of our problems drug-wise, in my opinion, is weed. It really is. But they keep trying to put these borders on it. So apparently, THC products are being banned in this new damn bill that they just agreed on, or they're agreeing on, to reopen the government. And I have the question of, when did weed become a thing? When did that become part of the conversation? I thought this was about health care. That's what I thought.
All right, you're watching live now.
I thought it was about health care and Obamacare and illegal migration. No reply. Thank you for stopping into the spot, because you came at the right time. I need answers, y'all. I need answers. I need y'all to hit the like button, too. Do that. I need an answer for why you haven't hit the like button. Or why you haven't sent a super chat today. I'm just playing. Send it if you feel it. If you don't, that's fine, because this conversation is going to be had regardless. Okay? So, apparently THC products got banned, or they're trying to ban them, in this new bill that apparently just happened yesterday. What the hell, guys? Y'all didn't tell me about this? Y'all didn't tell me this was thrown in at the last second in order to get this thing? I'm going to let y'all hear the story. Then you'll be able to understand why my frustration is such. In this day and age, how dare you come out here talking about you going to ban hemp at this time when people are struggling and they might need a little something to get them through. That's all I'm saying. Watch this. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get through this real quick. Here we go.
In Westfall, live look at the U.S. Capitol, 10:09 in the nation's capital.
Get to the shit.
The government shutdown bill that the House is discussing tonight has a hemp ban attached to it. It's a ban that threatens to end the sale of scores of popular THC gummies, vapes, and beverages. The bill would prohibit the unregulated sale of, quote, intoxicating hemp-based or hemp-derived products, including Delta-8, from being sold online in gas stations and corner stores, while also preserving non-intoxication CBD and industrial hemp products, according to the Senate Appropriations Committee's summary. Standing by is Isaac Yu. He's a politics reporter with the Houston Chronicle. Let's just get right into what exactly this means for Texans and other people who live in states with similar laws to Texas.
Right, so this would be a nationwide ban on hemp. This is a version of the debate that's played out in Texas.
Guys, when did this come up? Can somebody please help me here? We've been talking about health care and Obamacare and shit and illegal migrants for a month. Did nobody say nothing about an included hemp ban? How dare you? You left me out, and I feel a certain type of way about it. Nobody said nothing. I would have definitely, I'm not saying I would have told them to keep it shut down. I'm just saying, if that was the contingency, I'd be like, hold up, why y'all throwing this in here right now? Why is this the thing now? Is it because you can't make money off of something else, so now you got to do something here? You want to hit somebody, you want to hit the farmers? Like, I don't know, but let's go.
Over the last year, our Lieutenant Governor here, Dan Patrick, has really wanted and really sought an all-out ban. Basically, that would do very similar things and have a similar impact on the hemp industry here in Texas. That bill ultimately failed. It did pass our legislature before it was vetoed by our Governor, Greg Abbott. But now that same industry, the same group of companies that was under threat from that ban is now facing a similar ban in this shutdown deal.
So Senator Rand Paul was on the Senate floor late last night. We were watching as he and some of his colleagues, including his colleague from Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, they were kind of sparring over the issue last night. What type of products will this impact? I went over some of the surface level stuff a moment ago, but let's say you live in Texas. What type of products won't be available if this loophole is closed?
Our understanding at this time is that this would affect almost any hemp-derived consumable product. So that would be any type of THC, Delta-9 or Delta-8, and that would be in any consumable form. So think edibles like gummies or drinks, as well as smokables and vapes, but also potentially topical creams, even CBD products that contain trace amounts of THC. The ban is pretty restrictive on the milligram. It's 0.4 milligrams per product or serving, which could pretty much wipe out, it sounds like, 90 to 99% of the industry.
Did you hear that? He just said it would knock out 99% of the industry. Now, if he means that in the way of it would knock out 99% of the industry when it comes to selling the shit out of gas stations, I do have to agree, we do need to regulate the BS. We don't want people putting BS in their bodies. Like, whatever you feel about marijuana, THC, we don't want people putting some synthetic shit that was created in somebody's kitchen into their bodies. We don't want that. So I think that conversation could have been had. But to basically just cripple the entire economy that most states have spent years trying to get this thing legalized. The federal hemp bill, the hemp bill itself, they've been fighting about this thing for years. So why all of a sudden did it have to come out in the shutdown thing? That's the part I don't get. And that's the part that I'm more frustrated about. It's like we weren't even having that conversation at the time. And then all of a sudden they decide, all right, let's put a ban out there. But I need to know, like, what exactly, I asked what was being banned. And according to this guy, pretty much everything from recreational sales. Now, does that mean that the dispensaries can still sell and not gas stations? That's fine. That's regulation. I don't have a problem with that, per se. But I do have a problem with all of the dispensaries being owned by major companies, meaning that the only people that can make money or even start this marijuana business are already established companies. So it wasn't there to really help the community or build up new businesses. It was there to make more money for companies that were already making money without federal regulation stopping them from selling this product. So the whole industry is still kind of screwed. They need to just remove all the bullshit when it comes to that. If you're selling synthetic or not real marijuana and you're selling some weird-ass concoction, that should be illegal because that's not what's legal. And then the other stuff, just make it legal, man. It's too much splitting hairs with this. Does it have 0.3 or 0.4 or da-da-da? Or is it a gram? Or is it 2 grams? It's just, come on, man. It's stupid. But what's most stupid to me is that somehow marijuana keeps being a conversation, but alcohol is not. When alcohol kills people on the road every day and in the hospital through liver cirrhosis, heart failure, and some other shit every single day. Every day it does it. We got commercials saying don't be a dick and don't be a drunk driver or whatever. Every day. But nobody ever tries to regulate that. I'm not saying that they can't regulate marijuana. I'm just saying let's keep the shit fair. We don't want not real stuff because that's a problem. So that synthetic stuff got to go. Okay, I'm with you there. But what I do have an issue with is, are we just not going to talk about alcohol as an actual problem? Because I don't believe that THC is the problem. I believe that alcohol is our biggest issue in America when it comes to drugs. It really is. It's easy to get, and it destroys lives, and it has people on the road. See, heroin addicts go to sleep. They not out. They not driving around. Not saying you should be doing heroin. I'm just making a point here that that's not the drug that affects car accidents every day. Alcohol is. But there's a business there. Car accident, who gets called? Insurance company. Insurance company makes money. Police get somebody in jail that might have to do a DUI class. DUI classes ain't free. Who gets paid? Somebody gets paid for that. So it's a business to allowing alcoholics to drive around on the street. Y'all may not think that, but I'm telling you, that's really what it is. There is a business to that. That's why they do it. That's why they have alcohol in gas stations. So the police can see your dumbass pop a 24 ounce while you're pumping your gas and go pull you over right down the street. Yeah. That's where we at with it. So let me continue to let this guy talk about this hemp ban. But from what he just said, it's most of the industry. But if that industry is only the stuff that's in the gas stations, then I'm like cool with that. It's just if we're talking about places that are in states where it's legalized, now all of a sudden they can't sell the shit. That's a whole nother thing. So I think we're going to need some more specifics, but the bottom line is it shouldn't have been part of the damn federal spending bill. It wasn't even a conversation at the time.
How big is this industry to your understanding?
I know that in Texas, it's been an $8 billion in revenue per year industry. That's what's been quoted. I'm not sure about the nationwide impact, but we know that it's really ubiquitous. For example, in Texas, we have over 8,000 licensed hemp retailers, and that includes every H-E-B grocery store, all of our CVSs. Hemp products have really penetrated, I think, into the retail market in all kinds of ways since they became legal under the 2018 Farm Bill. And we know that in Texas, part of the conversation is that this industry would be really difficult to ban, and I'm sure that's going to be part of what plays out under this federal one.
So this was tweeted out by your paper. The Texas hemp industry, fresh from fending off an all-out ban by the state legislature, is facing another extinction-level event, this time from Congress. If you can, let's go over some of the history with this in the Lone Star State. They fended off an all-out ban by the state legislature. Explain to me some of the history. I know Dan Patrick has been vocal about this.
That's right. So this was really a top priority of Dan Patrick and something he used a lot of.
All right. I think I could stop it there. I think we get the point. So at this point, I have to agree with, I don't know who put it in. It's who is this? Benjamin Ruckman. Benjamin Ruckman, thank you for stopping into the chat, and thank you for subscribing. I must say, Benjamin is bringing up a very interesting point that we talked about, I don't know, it might have been a month or so ago, where we were talking about THC alpha. If you guys don't know about that, it's like, it's THC, but it ain't really THC until you burn it. It's a loophole that's part of hemp and the federal hemp bill. So yes, people have been skirting that THC alpha line for quite some time. So if anybody's seen these so-called legal online dispensaries that can mail you stuff, they're mailing you things of this THC alpha, not regular THC. But what I do want to say to you is in certain states that have legalized marijuana, they sell you THC alpha products as if that was ever illegal, or if that was like would have been illegal, and it's not. So that's the game right there. They selling it right out the dispensary too. Don't get it twisted. It's not that these gas stations doing it. So that's why I said the gas station situation, those same products, some of them are available in your local dispensaries. Same exact product. And it's got THC alpha and all that other stuff written right on the bag. Nobody's paying attention, talking about it's 25%. It's the same shit. It is. And they tell you that it's like some exotic, like it would, you know, this would have been illegal 5 years ago, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was THC alpha the whole time. So, guys, stop letting them game you with it. This thing was about the gas stations because they wasn't paying them damn taxes. The stores, the dispensaries, they're selling that same product, same ingredients. Same ingredients. Other than whatever that spiked K2 thing was that they were talking about. But notice they did not bring in examples of people passing out off of this shit. They just were talking about the sale of it because it was unregulated. So this is all about money. This is not about your safety or your well-being or the fact that they think that these hemp products are damaging society or eroding the progress of the American people. It's none of that. It's all money. And y'all can debate me if you feel like it, but I'm looking at what they're putting in front of me, and all I see is a money grab. All I see is y'all weren't getting enough on this side, and you want some of this, because they always blame it on they're deregulated products and people are getting hurt. But more people get hurt on alcohol, and that is regulated. So miss me with the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about your safety. It's not about any of that. It is about money not going to the particular government organization that either runs the state or federal government, if that's who wants the money. That's it. They try to make it all complex. They bring a little scientist guy. They bring this little Asian dude on so he can make you feel like you learning something. But at the end of the day, it was about money. And we all know it was THC alpha products, which have been legal. A lot of people don't know they've been legal. They just weren't selling them that way because they were like, well, we want to fully cultivate these plants. But THC alpha has been the same thing since hemp was a thing. And they've been putting hemp in people's hair and all types of stuff and oils and stuff for years. That shit wasn't illegal. So guess what? They selling you some legal stuff that wasn't even illegal in the first place and telling you that that's what you're getting. You're not getting nothing special. You're getting that same shit that you could buy at the gas station. Go ask some of my people in them legalized states if they can't find stuff in the gas station that's basically the same as what's in the dispensary. Exactly. Anyway. Oh yeah, THC alpha is real. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying it's a fake thing. It's a real good loophole. For no reply, it's a good ass loophole. But that's why, for those that are concerned, that's why the bud don't smell the same no more like it used to. Because everybody's doing this THC alpha thing. Because somebody told them that if you put heat to it, it does the same thing and it acts the same way. I would say I don't necessarily agree. I liked when the herb used to stink. You know, now it just smells like dirt. Like it's just dirt. It's just all of it. You go into a dispensary, they all have the same scent, you know. At least in the states on the East Coast that I've been to. I haven't been all around the world and all. I haven't been to Vegas recently. Vegas was a little different though. Let's just say that. But I'm just saying, guys, we've been getting got. So at this point, let's just call it what it is. It's a money grab. And they threw it in there at the last second. And if somebody would have opposed based on a hemp ban, then they would have looked at them like they were crazy. They'd have been, oh, what are you smoking or something? See what I'm saying? Shouts to Sebastian Palega for the super chat. Sebastian puts in there, alcohol needs the same regulations as THC because you get enough THC from a dispensary and you get cut off from other dispensaries. Make it make sense. That is interesting. But that's what I'm saying. It's a regulation issue. We can't get them to regulate alcohol better. So let's just start screwing with THC, which is a relatively new business. And a lot of smaller companies were able to take advantage of it. But if they put a ban in, we got farmers. There's farmers that farm this shit. What are they going to do? So there's a whole industry that would be destroyed by this stupid-ass ban that somehow got worked into the shutdown thing last night. And nobody's talking about it. Maybe that's why I'm upset. I haven't heard nothing about this. Everybody's talking about what I'm going to get to next, which is the Epstein files again. But let's finalize this, guys. Let's finalize it because we need to understand. I just spent 15 minutes talking about the problem with the government regulation. But it doesn't mean the government should be banning anything at this point. If they're not going to ban alcohol or re-regulate that, then you know what? Just don't touch nothing right now. Can we just get the government back open, people getting paid, and keep it moving from there? Why we got to start throwing these extra pieces in there at the end that people might want to have a real debate about and not be on the slab of opening the government it's been shut down for 40 days. That was unfair. And I'm not sure who initially brought that shit in there, why they decided it was the time to do it, but it did become part of it, and we are definitely dealing with that. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to happen. So now we got to deal with that shit in addition to whatever else. And if you didn't know, they only extended the shit for 2 months till January. Like 2 months. They didn't even do nothing really serious. 2 months, they're going to be right back at this shit again. And maybe they can get the hemp ban off of it at that point. Maybe. But we're going to see where this thing leads, because if you can end the government shutdown, you can pretty much do what you want after that, right? So we're going to talk about this last piece, and then we're going to get out of here. But I'm just saying, see y'all in 2 months with that shit, because that's what's about to happen. All right. Guys, I'm gonna finish out with this piece, and it's only because I have to. Okay? It's only because I have to, because I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I need to address this because they playing with us again, and I don't like it. Okay? So recently, as you guys know, the whole federal shutdown ended. That's why I was talking about the hemp bill, because nobody's going to talk about that. Nobody's going to say nothing until it enacts, and then we'll be like, what? And it's too late at that point. But this other topic that folks will not let go, And you know what? I see y'all in the chat. We're all for proper regulation over here. We don't want no bullshit Chinese fake stuff from the gas station hurting nobody. That we are all in agreement there. But to just ban the whole situation because you basically can't get no money from it, because that's how I feel. It looks like a money grab to me. But that's just me. Oh, I done messed up my title screen over here. Shit done flipped over and shit. Hold on, guys. All right, I done messed it up. I done messed the whole thing up over here. Y'all might not be able to see it. It's on the bottom of the screen. Let's bring this in. Up in smoke. Let's bring this in. All right. Anyway, let's get to this last piece over here, which is these damn Epstein files. Now, I have covered this story 3 times now. And I am telling you guys that we are not going to really see what we think we would see with these damn Epstein files, okay? Yesterday, the federal government unleashed 23,000 documents, apparently leaked or linked to the Epstein situation, right? But let me tell you what. I haven't looked at these 23,000. I looked at what people thought was important, and they released it to us. And I'll show it to you here because I think it's important that we discuss it. Okay? You guys ready? Let's do it. All right. So how about those Epstein files, folks? So they released, up until now, at least they released a few emails. But they only released like 3 emails that are vague as shit. Like you can't get a conviction on them. You could definitely stir public opinion, but let me just start here, because I know people are going to get this shit wrong. I know they are. First of all, I ain't about no pedophiles. I ain't about none of that. I'm not about y'all maps, minor attracted persons, and I have gotten myself into plenty of trouble on this channel by having that opinion. So I'm not afraid of y'all motherfuckers, okay? So we're going to start there. If you want to take Trump down, you got to come hard. Pause. And these little half-ass emails and vague-ass claims are not going to do it. Y'all had 34 indictments. That didn't do it. So I'm going to need you to stop wasting my time with these Epstein files if you ain't got shit to show me. I know that sounds harsh. I came to bat when the ladies got up there and they said, we're going to release our own names. And then all of a sudden, I ain't heard from them in a minute. Then Marjorie Taylor Greene came out there. I'm going to bring it up in the Congress and we're going to vote on it. I ain't heard about that lately. So here the hell we go again. Okay. All right. So in this email, apparently Jeffrey Epstein is talking to somebody and makes a rebuttal about if he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt, meaning he would owe you. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeff is a great guy and got a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. All right, guys, let's get right here, okay? That shit don't say nothing to me at all. You got to remember, we want to burn them at the stake, right? You want to burn them at the stake. I'm gonna need a little bit more meat on these bones. Because, yeah, okay, he was on the plane and at the house. So if that's the bar of who needs to be prosecuted, then anybody who was on his plane or anyone that was at his house comes into play. And we know we can't have that, guys. We know that. So that means nothing as a statement. Sorry. On to the next one. And he also had said that Trump asked him to resign. And, of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Okay, so it sounds like, just from this bullshit they done fed me, that maybe Trump didn't like what you was doing, fired you, and told the chick you was doing it with to stop. To stop talking to the young ladies that were working at Mar-a-Lago and trying to draft them for the shit you was doing. It's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the man's innocent. I'm saying if you want us to burn him at the stake, you got to give us better gasoline. Out of 23,000 documents, 23,000, and you bring me 3 and say, here you go. Here you go. Nope, I need the fat. And if you don't bring me the fat, I don't want to hear this shit no more. I'm so tired of this shit. They keep saying, we got it. We got the receipts. We got it. And then they put something on the plate and I look at it and say, this is bullshit. Again. Remember when they released it and they had the binders that they gave all of the press people and redacted every damn thing? Like, you either going to give it to them or you not. But I'm tired of y'all playing with us. I am. I really am. I'm sick of y'all playing with our time. And if, I'll be honest, this is just my opinion. If they really had some solid ass evidence, Trump would have been a problem. Like, would have been had problems when Biden was in office, because they could have just locked him up for stuff. Child crimes and stuff don't have that same statute of limitations. So they would have just locked him up, and that would have been the end of Donald Trump. But they didn't do that. And so people like me say, well, why didn't they do that if they had this open and shut case? And they've been had these Epstein files. They've been part of the FBI. And that was Biden's FBI. So what did they get new? They didn't unlock a new treasure chest of documents. This is the same docs that's been there. Meaning, all right, I'm going to bring y'all in for this. I'm going to bring y'all in. It means that Trump ain't the only one in the damn documents. Did you get it yet? Did they get it yet? Did they get it? Did they get it? I think they might have got it. Trump ain't the only one in the documents. Because if he was, y'all know the rest. So, yeah, there's some names in there. But they don't stop with Donald J. Trump. And that is the problem. So they keep wanting you to say, Trump stopping this, Trump stopping that. Trump ain't stopping nothing at this point. There's a lot of people who were on that plane and a lot of people who were at that island. And if you think that I think that Donald Trump is the only person in politics that might be implicated, I would be foolish to think that. And they know that. That's why we can't have it, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't believe the bullshit. You can't have it because it ain't just Trump. If it was just Trump, oh my God, they would paste it in it'd be all over the internet. It'd be all over the internet, man. But it's not. So it's not what they saying, it's what they're not saying. And when I see what's not being said, I start smelling around. And it starts to smell like bullshit. That is bullshit. So we got the second one. And then he says something about, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Such and such spent hours at my house with her. He has never once been mentioned. So let me help y'all with this one. All right. So a lot of people said this was the one. This was the one. He spent hours at my house with the person and da-da-da-da-da. But here's the problem. The victim that they redacted in this was the lady Virginia Jeffrey, I think her last name is, who had already said that Trump didn't do anything to her. So maybe he was at the house and she was there at the same time. But nowhere in it did she say that he did something. And nowhere in this email does it say, and I seen him do such and such with such and such while they was at the house. This is bullshit. Okay? So I would like them to stop wasting my damn news cycle with it. You see what I'm saying? Stop wasting my news cycle with it. If you're not trying to come with some real meat, save this shit. If you're not going to be honest with the American people about what really happened and what was really going on and just let everybody's names be seen, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, if you're not even politically affiliated, if you're a foreign freaking prime minister, whatever. If you're going to just let everybody see everything, then didn't do that. But all of this hen-picking shit and only focusing on Trump is not getting y'all very far because the fat has a lot more names in it. And that's why you keep screwing up. So stop bringing this Epstein shit to my plate and not making sure that it's got proper garnishes on it. Let me bring it over. Let me close it out. That's it, man. I'm freaking tired of it. I keep coming back to this story every, 2 or 3 months, and here we got the receipts. And every time I go sniffing around, it turns out to be more bullshit. So I don't even know if I want to cover it again. But I just want people to stop giving it the time when you see the clips and you see the headlines. You got to stop giving it time, because what you're doing is you're taking the time away from the rest of the channels that's really talking that real stuff. Because everybody's looking at the goofiness because they want us to look at the goofiness. They don't want us to have these conversations. They don't want us to be honest with ourselves and say, look, if Trump was in them files like they want him to be in them files, we'd have been had that evidence. Because they haven't liked him for 10 years at this point? You mean to tell me if they had a video of him doing some nasty stuff with a minor that it wouldn't be on CNN blurred the fuck out? Of course it would. So let's just be honest. This ain't got nothing to do with whether or not somebody like Trump. Let's just be real. This is real shit, guys. Come on. Let's reel it in. Trump derangement syndrome has no place over here because we're smart people. I know the bullshit. And I've been seeing it and watching it for months and months and months at a time. So I don't care. Next week, they're going to do a damn vote about releasing the Epstein files. And then they're going to release the files. And unless they let it rip, it's going to be more bullshit. And everybody's going to be complaining. They're going to be, hey, look over here, like they did this time while they were making a damn hemp ban. Everybody was talking about Epstein files again. Every time they want to distract us from something, Epstein files come up. So in the future, when you hear this Epstein files thing come up again, start looking around because something's hidden behind everything that they don't want y'all talking about. This time it was a hemp ban. Next time, who knows what it's going to be. But we got to pay better attention. We let this shit walk right under us like that, and now here we are. Now everybody's talking about Epstein again. And I'm not doing another Epstein episode. This is it. This is it. This is the last one unless they give me some real shit. I just wanted y'all to see what was really going on while they were waving Epstein shit in your face. It's over with. I don't want to hear it no more. I told y'all protect them women that said that they had something to say. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I told you to go do what the hell you had to do and go govern some shit and take it to the people. And you didn't do it either. So it's all talk, no action. It's bullshit, and I'm not with it. No more. Don't bring it to me no more. If you ain't got something with Trump on camera or very specific shit, man, this vague thing makes me feel like you don't have it. And then some people say, well, you know, Trump supporters will believe anything. Well, guess what? I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm looking at the shit y'all showing me, and it smells like bullshit. So I don't want to see it no more because it stinks. I'm getting sick and tired of it. That's all I'm saying. All right? And every day that goes by without those files actually being released is another day that the people involved get away with it. Another day that the victims aren't getting justice. And we all know something happened. You see what I'm saying? We all know shit happened. We know that 30 women are not just conspiring together to say that this shit happened. No, this shit happened. And people's parents was trafficking them and everything. We know it. But the people who hold the keys are not allowing us to open the door. So unless we're going to kick the door down, we can't get none of this shit done. So instead of focusing on it like they keep doing every time they want to hide something, they bring up Epstein and then they give you nothing. And then when you recover from that, something has changed that you didn't know nothing about. So this time around, it was the hemp ban. Welcome to America, motherfuckers. This is where we are, okay? So just to be honest, if you can end the government shutdown, you can easily release documents. It don't take all of this. If you wanted us to have it, you would give it to us. If you could pass emergency funding, you could declassify files. The shit don't take all of that. It don't take a whole House committee and this and that and that. No, executive power and I'm dropping it. Done. So it's not just Trump. And you're not going to tell me it's just Trump because if it was, we would have been seeing that shit. That's all I'm saying. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is fact. This is fact. You're not going to tell me this thing is all about Trump when we all know what the real situation is. The government, folks, he's not really part of their club. So somebody would have dropped it. Somebody. One of them FBI people that didn't like him, somebody along the way would have had that information and dropped it on us for the right price. It'd have been on CNN, front page on the New York Times. And we didn't get it, and we haven't gotten it. So guess what? We're probably not going to get it. And if we do get it, it'll be along with a swath of other people that you didn't even expect. So unless the government's willing to take that kind of a hit, we're not getting that information. They'll use legal privilege and all types of shit and redact this and redact that. And while we're trying to read through black lines and bullshit, they'll be making moves behind our back. So let's recap. We got tech companies selling you lies. We got serial false accusers destroying people's lives without consequence. Billionaires burning down platforms by just not being good people and not fighting against the bots that are giving us all this bullshit information. No. And then we're fighting over language with kids. We got teachers fighting over language with kids. Not profanity, just regular communication. Like, everybody's ideas are in the wrong direction. Everything is going up in smoke. And the government is banning your choices while you trade your freedom for convenience. Meanwhile, people who traffic children are still hidden in documentation. And all they want us to do is look at Donald J. Trump as if the only person that Jeffrey Epstein knew was Donald Trump. That was his only friend. Exactly. You see what I'm saying, right? It was his only friend. Yeah, okay. That's bullshit, right? So here's the thing I want y'all to know. Here's the thing I need y'all to understand. It only works if you let it work. Y'all see it's bullshit, so you just call it up like I do. That way, it doesn't keep you distracted. If you accept the bullshit, if you don't ask the questions, then you're at the mercy of the bullshit narratives that they're feeding you, and they'll have you out here fighting for causes that don't even affect you. Well, you won't have that on Purge the Bullshit. The cause is the bullshit must go. I want realness only. Why not just tell me, hey, you know what? I'm going to be real, American people. We can't release those files because there's too many people in there who would have some expectation of privacy, and we'd have to go through too many loopholes. So we can't do it. Sorry, you should have got us when we were in federal court, but ain't happening. Just be real. Demand answers. I'm holding these people accountable. I don't care who they are, whether they're tech CEOs, false accusers, social media influencers, elected representatives. Y'all heard the disclaimer in the beginning of this. Nobody is free from the purge of the bullshit. So when you bring that bullshit to us, we purge it. So, hey, federal government, appreciate y'all reopening, but we smelled the bullshit on that. And here we are. Right on the other side of it, still at their beck and call, doing what the hell they asking us to do, just like during COVID. I'm going to leave it there. I know people get upset. But because I got to say what I got to say. And that's the only way I know how to be. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Thank y'all for watching and shit. But I'd be over here bugging about YouTube. I would love to take this show to another forum. Because this kind of conversation apparently is dangerous. Meanwhile, Nick Fuentes and the white nationalist group get to talk all types of shit on every platform. But I can't have a conversation talk about I don't like pedos. So you're not going to tell me that this is a fair playing field when it comes to content creation, speaking out, and having conversations, algorithms, all that kind of stuff. People push what they want you to see. And if they wanted you to see somebody that was in the middle and saying, fuck all them parties, let's see what's really real, they would let you see that. They'd let everybody see that, but they don't need that. They need people to be on polarized sides. So they're not good. They're going to suppress this content because it allows real conversation. They'll push echo chamber content. All about one thing, one niche. Everybody got to think like this. Nope, not doing that over here. I'm an indie-publicrat till I die. I reserve no party because y'all shit ain't fun. I am my own party. You want my vote? Tell me something I like to hear. Other than that, you see what I'm saying? I don't see why that's such a tough concept for y'all. And I don't mean y'all in the chat. Y'all are great. Y'all are great. Y'all come in here. Most of y'all act right. And the ones that don't act right normally act right after a minute. But this is really real. They don't want us to have these conversations. They don't want us to say, yo, the government's bullshitting us on all sides. They're throwing stuff in there at the last minute, not telling nobody about it, and then we just got to live with it. Whether it's taxes or tariffs, it's all the same bullshit. We got to live with it. Those elites don't have to worry about all that. And then whenever they want you to think about something, they'll throw Epstein up first as a smokescreen, and then they'll point you in a direction. So last week it was Mom Dami. Was that this week? That was this week. Wasn't that Mom Donnie? He's freaking Stalin now, right? I'm not saying he's not, but you know what? I am saying he's not. He's not Stalin. He's that dude in New York. And whatever way y'all want to deal with him that way. But you don't have to make this guy out to be the freaking Antichrist. I doubt they would have voted for the Antichrist. I have faith in New York. They voted for the guy because he said, I'm going to give you a bunch of free shit. And most people would vote for that. So nonetheless, they got us. They got us, y'all. They got us. In the last year, they really got us. I'm not saying it was never polarized before, but ever since Trump got elected, man, it's been just dumb. Just dumb. People that never even cared about politics all of a sudden want to say they on the right or on the left. Man, if you don't get your wild ass, come on over here and have a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we care? No matter how much we care, it's always us at the protests. It's not the ones that's actually in government. Yeah, they come around. They might sing a little kumbaya for a hot second, but that's it. They don't care about y'all, man. They care about money and where it goes. And that it doesn't go to you, whoever you are. That's it. The rest of it is just bullshit. So nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and step away from this because as usual, y'all got me sweating and shit. I got frustrated because I don't think people get it. I knew it was some bullshit. The second he was like, well, now we can release the Epstein files. What do you mean now? Y'all been had them. This is not new files. What are you talking about? Get out my face. I don't give a damn, yo. I don't care. I'm already mad at YouTube for how they suppress this kind of content, which is open dialogue and discussion, and we don't allow none of that attack bullshit over here, none of that attacking people because they're black or because they're white or because they're whatever. If it's some bullshit, we address it, and if it's not some bullshit, we celebrate it. That's how we get down over here, but for some reason, they don't want that kind of interaction. They'd rather have me on here talking shit about black people all day and how the white man had held everybody down. And man, look, listen. I don't have time to be on that bullshit. You know why? Because it doesn't serve the greater good. Because there's plenty of people out there that don't go through that experience, so they're not going to be able to take nothing from it. But all of us have a tax bracket if we work. And that's where we at over here. And we are here to purge the bullshit. It ain't about left and right. It's about who's up and who's down. Okay? As long as we have an understanding, I think we have purged very well today. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I tell them all the time. They think I be joking, right? Nah.
That's not a punchline.
It's real facts. All right, y'all. So nonetheless, let's get out of here. I got to get my shout-outs going. And let's see who we got in here. Thank y'all very much. Make sure that y'all hit the like button before you get out of here, okay? We'll be back on Saturday. I'm going to have the panel start back up on Saturday. And Genesis will be back. Bricks will be back. Bravo will be back. And we will be covering a few different topics. But we're going to get into some pretty interesting stuff about things that kids no longer do, which is like, you know, some of the outdoorsy things we used to do. We're also going to be getting into the concept of whether or not you should be blocking your ex when you move on. And this is an interesting situation. We're going to talk about whether or not there's kids involved, but we're going to have an adult conversation about it because there seems to be a debate happening right now on the internet about that. So we're going to go into that as well. But y'all make sure that y'all come back on Saturday night. It'll be 9:30. But just a heads up, we are thinking of changing the schedule of not only the Saturday panel shows, but even the weekday shows. I might have to start doing them later in the day because I have a schedule change coming up. So it might not be 11 to 1, 11:30 to 1:30, that kind of thing. It'll be maybe possibly 3 to 5 or something along those lines. We're going to figure it out together. I'll probably do a poll, put it in the community thing. So make sure if you're not a subscriber, make sure that when you subscribe, you hit the notifications part and get all notifications so it will tell you when we do community posts and polls and stuff like that. I hate saying polls because it always makes the pause come out. But y'all get it. So special shouts to Jay Coleman, of course. Jay Coleman is always supportive, and I appreciate your struggle, Jay Coleman. You holding it down for the real ones, and we do appreciate that over here. All right? Yep. And, of course, special shouts to my man Al Bond. Al Bond over there, that is my mod squad captain. Sebastian Palega. Who else we had in here today? Who else was? I saw another one. Who was the new guy? There was a new person. Of course, Purple Groovy. Yeah, of course, Purple Groovy. But Benjamin Ruckman, that's who I wanted to give a special shouts to. Special shouts to Benjamin Ruckman. And a couple of new folks that come through today. And I know a lot of people don't say nothing because they just want to listen to the conversation. I appreciate y'all too. But y'all got to hit the like button. Okay? You got to move this content around because y'all know just as well as I, they don't want people having these kind of conversations. They want us angry at each other. So I'm cussing everybody out in the chat, and the chat's cussing about what some other content creator said about me, cussing out the chat. That's what they want from live streamers. I ain't that dude. So they're going to have to wait on that. But shouts, of course. I think I said Purple Groovy, but if not, Purple Groovy again. And I Am Z. Of course, no reply. And who else came in here? I think I gave a shout to Sebastian, but if not, Sebastian, thank you for coming through. And it looks like that was pretty much all of my chatterboxers. Now, don't be afraid to chat. We won't hurt you unless you come with some dumb shit. If you do that, you will get the smoke show. But that's your fault. It's not our fault. It's your fault. You bring something goofy, we have to deal with it. It's a mandate. It comes from God, okay? So if we don't deal with it, we got to answer for that at the end of life. And the Lord will be like, hey, remember that bullshit you didn't deal with? And I'm like, I know you told me to do that. Well, you weren't listening. So nonetheless, y'all, make sure you stop back through on Saturday. We're going to have a fun time. But in the interim, you know what it is. I hope y'all got something to do, because if you don't have something to do, then you're just sitting around doing nothing. If you're sitting around doing nothing, then you are part of the problem. And if you're part of the problem, then you know you're not the goodness, because that, my friends, is the bullshit. And we are out. Peace. Fucks with y'all. Yeah.